some sort of live connection here on the YouTube page on Dudes and Brews.
What?
Just 1 second, see if it actually goes through. We seem to be live now, Kaleb. I see it popping up on the page. Kody alongside Kaleb of the Dudes and Brews Podcast. Kaleb, how's it going, man?
How's it going? Hopefully we can figure this out.
Yeah, I know, right? You guys can hear this through the screen, or through the audio here. See if I can hear Kaleb. Hey, okay, we've got Kaleb. We've got a good stream going, Kaleb. We're good to go.
Hey, all right.
Hey, all right. Basically, as I have said in the past, if you want to follow along with what I'm doing on the screen, awesome. Playing MLB The Show 18, but it's not going to be like a fucking Twitch broadcast, It's not going to be anything like that. It's literally just going to be Kaleb and I talking. I'm not really going to talk about the game. I might, freak out about what's going on the screen, but all in all, this is just going to be kind of like a regular Dudes and Brews podcast, just zero preparation whatsoever.
Like always.
Yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, man, one event I want to throw a shout out real quick. Today, actually, the June 9th, our niece Felicity's first birthday. So I want to send a quick happy birthday shout out to little Miss Felicity. Happy birthday. We love you dearly.
Happy birthday.
We got the pleasure of seeing her yesterday and also today. So, man, she's a little stinker, man.
She's moving. She's on the move.
Man, my heart was just like ripped out, but in a good way today because I saw her walking on her own, and I was like, Duh!
Yeah, she walked a little bit at Mom and Dad's yesterday.
That's insane, man.
Just
that she's already walking.
She took a few steps. Yeah, I know. It's insane to.
Oh, maybe a month or two ago she wasn't even crawling yet, and now all of a sudden. But Kaleb, earlier in the week, I think it was actually a week ago, we tried to do this. Had a few audio issues. I mean, now.
Yes.
Okay. It might have been because my microphone was not up to my mouth.
There you go. I hear you, though.
You hear me loud and clear?
We're live, pal.
We're live, pal. Damn it. So yeah, Kaleb, what's been going on, man? We're a couple of weeks removed from Double or Nothing. So, I mean, I guess we can talk about that.
Fantastic show.
Oh, man, it was wonderful.
I only watched it once. I haven't watched it twice yet.
I went through and watched the Kody versus Dustin match again and the Jericho Omega match again. I haven't watched anything else, though.
Yeah. Very cool.
Just as cool the second time around.
I feel like if I were to go back and watch it, it wouldn't have the same feeling, because
that's any show, though, man.
Me just thinking about it right now, I'm like, man, that was a fantastic show. Just thinking about Kody and literally his 50-year-old brother putting on a 5-star match, and I think we can all agree on that rating.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It was a 5-star match.
100%. And as I had told the other host of the Dudes and Brews show, Landon, and this could have been completely incidental, but as we have progressed more to a different kind of product, I was like, it was just a little bit too much blood for me, just knowing the past and what happened to people, but that could have been, he accidentally bladed too much, the adrenaline pumping through his veins, that could have pushed all the blood out, I don't think he meant to blade as much as what he did. Dustin Rhodes lost a lot of blood during that match.
Yeah. Well, he said, did you listen to, he was on Jericho's podcast.
I have not listened to that one yet.
He did say he got a little too much there.
Yeah.
He got a little too much. But yeah, he was fine. He had to calm himself down because he's like, man, that's a lot of blood. He's like,
oh yeah.
About 10 minutes went by. He's like, all right, I'm going to be good. So yeah, he knew that he kind of got himself good.
Which, like I said, when you're in the heat of the moment, you've got 5 to 10 seconds to, cut yourself open. Those kind of mistakes are pretty easy to happen.
Oh yeah.
But, I mean, all in all, it was a fantastic match. I agreed completely. It was a wonderful match, perfect match. 5 stars all the way.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
It's been talked about to death, but Moxley coming was awesome.
Oh, man,
since then, he's had a few matches in New Japan, and whew, he's on a roll right now.
He is now the IWGP United States Champion. So
that he is.
Beat former NXT superstar Juice Robinson for the title.
Yeah.
And post-match, those guys both cut amazing promos. Did you see those?
Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness.
kind of laughed at Juice's promo because he's like, he fucking bit me. You know, I didn't see the match until afterwards. You know, seeing
highlights.
Yeah, seeing pictures. Actually, I saw a picture of it, and it was a picture of Moxley biting Robinson's in the face.
Yeah.
So I was like,
it was like right above the eyebrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, both those guys, like, a lot of emotion, and it's very rare that Moxley, you know, formerly known as Dean Ambrose for a little bit, has been outdueled on the mic in terms of, like, one-on-one. I think Juice Robinson did it.
Yeah.
I sincerely do, because it was, you know, it wasn't the scripted thing. He literally just went out there and talked, and I thought it was amazing. There's a reason why, you know, Kevin Owens is always raving about the guy on social media. Like, he's really good. The WWE just didn't see it at the time. But yeah, other than that, hopefully we can talk about Double or Nothing in long form later on. But the whole Moxley thing, man, he was one of the top stars, obviously, in WWE. You know, winning the world title, Grand Slam champion, all that good stuff. But over the course of the past 3 weeks, I'd say he's been more notable than he has been ever in his career.
Yeah, definitely.
But, you know, that people are saying it's because he went to AEW, you know, and he's doing his own thing. Had it not been for his time in the WWE, he wouldn't have been as big of an acquisition, you know.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been this
big.
Well,
he said that too. He knew.
Yeah, it's like he wouldn't have been making this.
Where he was.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been getting this attention had he not have had that career in the WWE. But he's going out and doing his own thing, which is awesome.
Yeah. So, timing, it's just perfect, I think. You know, him getting out of there and he's able to go do his own thing. He's probably making more now than he's ever made in his life. So,
you know, it could be damn near it. If not more, it's damn near.
Yeah.
One thing I want to talk about, though, that I think I appreciated the most out of that show was, and I don't know if this was actually planned or the match just didn't gel, but it might have, the main event between Jericho and Omega.
Mm-hmm.
I think that came out as, hey, you know, we've got this plan for afterwards. Go put on a great fucking match, but know something has to follow you.
Yeah.
And I think they did that to perfection. It was kind of like, you know, just to show off the top of my head, WrestleMania 21. Or not WrestleMania 21. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of, Dan Hyman and I talked about this on one day, or at one point. It was like, go out there and have a great match, but know something has to follow you later on. It was it was a different show, but go out there, put on a barn burner, but just know something has to come afterwards. And I think the duo of Jericho and Omega did that to perfection. They put on a fantastic match, but
yeah,
they didn't do something that absolutely 100%
they weren't gonna one up their first match, I don't think so.
No way in hell.
And then them probably knowing that Moxley's coming in afterwards, you know, they're just gonna go out there. It was a great match.
Oh yeah, I'm not taking away from the match. The match was amazing, but I think there were, and also their mentality. Jericho's smart enough, Omega's smart enough. It's like, okay, we got to bring as much attention and momentum to what's going to happen after, instead of killing the crowd with excitement during our match. But yeah, I mean, we'd like to, again, as we've said, you know, previously, we'd like to talk about that maybe more in long form, get Landon's opinions, all that stuff, maybe even get Cassie in on it. But another thing that just happened yesterday, New Japan Dominion, Jericho and Okada main evented. Apparently, I didn't watch the match, but just, you know, a little bit. Jericho apparently got beat. Okada retained, obviously. But Jericho ended up beating the shit out of Okada afterwards. And then Tanahashi came out and made the save. So it looks like we might be getting a Jericho-Tanahashi program, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, but then also, I would assume Naito just took the Intercontinental title back from not Kazuchika Okada. Yeah, what's his face? Golden Lovers with Kenny Omega. Dude, those in the Cruiserweight Classic.
I don't. Ibushi?
Yeah, Kota Ibushi. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name off the top of my head right there, but yeah, Ibushi just took the title back from, or excuse me, just dropped the title to Naito. So If I had to guess, Okada may be eventually dropping it to Ibushi, dropping the heavyweight title.
Yeah.
So, I mean, their next show, whatever it is, that could very much be your two headliners in Tanahashi versus Jericho, and then Ibushi and Okada.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
And also, Kenta is back in New Japan. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that. That was kind of cool.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
He was never necessarily a staple of New Japan. Like, he was in New Japan, you know, a little bit, but he was always, like, Pro Wrestling Noah was his stomping grounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was cool to see him in the probably, arguably, the second biggest wrestling brand in the world.
Yeah.
Appear there, following his departure from the WWE. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to point out that Jericho
war
stuff.
Between the Avengers and dinosaurs going on in my room, so if you hear some clashing, I got a 5-year-old in here. He's got a war going on.
Nolan in there. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that probably reminds you of the days that I would like bring my old wrestling action figures into your room and just annoy the hell out of you.
Oh yeah. Well, I told him he needs to be quiet, but he is being quiet. He's just having a war. He's got, let's see, he's got Spider-Man beating up I don't know what kind of dinosaur it is, but there also looks like, a Spino. There's also a destruction derby going on around them with cars. So
Kaleb, who knows more about the Marvel superheroes, you or Nolan?
Well, definitely me. I mean, he's 5 years old, Kody.
I think he knows more than you. You're kind of an idiot.
Yeah, he probably does. I've taught him everything he knows.
Exactly. The last wrestling show to have happened, you know, recently, last weekend, NXT TakeOver 25. Dude,
I am still working my way through that. I'm on the main event, but I have yet to watch the main event. I know the outcome and everything, but yeah, I haven't watched the main event yet. The problem is, like, I get so busy during the week, I really only get time to watch like a match or two. Yeah, I know. Well, just having a wife and a kid, it's and like a house now, so it's like I have house duties and Nolan duties and husband duties, and it's like, well, I get home from work and I watch a match. So I've been working my way through it this week. I'm on the main event and I can't wait. Entrance, and he was actually wearing Captain Marvel gear, and it looked awesome. So every show takeover, he's wearing something like that. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked to watch that. So far,
you did watch 4 out of the 5.
Yeah, so far, man, it's been a fantastic show. I don't think it could touch AEW, but I mean, the wrestling has been fantastic.
I think in terms of like everybody wrestling,
Shayna Baszler, the women's match was like awesome, but then the ending kind of, I don't know, it was kind of weird because the crowd started booing Io because she just went ballistic. I don't know if that was a heel turn. Even is it Candice LeRae?
Yeah.
Is that the Candice LeRae was like handing her a chair and she like looked reluctant because Io was just like going absolutely ape shit ballistic. But the moonsault, the chair shot with the moonsault,
that was cool.
How she did that was awesome. That was an awesome spot. Yeah, I really liked that match. The ladder match, tag team ladder match, insane.
What a match.
Absolutely insane.
What a freaking match.
Tyler Breeze is awesome. He showed why he's still one of the best, and why you always hear like Xavier Woods is like one of his best friends backstage. You always hear him just saying how good Tyler Woods is, or Tyler Woods. Yeah. Tyler Breeze.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. You always hear how good he is. And Velveteen Dream, he's really good. He is an awesome. He's gotten so much better.
He's come
he
so
just
far.
Surprises me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he surprises. He is like all in on this character, and it 100%. Shows that he's just taking it. He's taking it, very seriously.
100%.
But yeah, I've enjoyed it so far. I just have not watched the main event yet, but I will definitely get to it tomorrow after work.
One of my most noteworthy things from that show, and it's not even the main event, in which case we won't talk about that whatsoever. We'll wait until an actual recording of the show. But one thing I took from it, it was either Scott Dawson or Dash Wilder. I think it was Dawson on Twitter. Like, had heavy praise for Wesley Blake. I don't know if you saw that.
In the tag team ladder match.
He was saying, he's like, dude, he's one of the best workers in the business right now, and nobody gives him any kind of appreciation. But as I was watching that match again the other night, I was like, wow, he is actually really good. Like the way he sold, the way he did absolutely everything. He sold that his drop off the ladder at the end to perfection. And eventually he might get a decent little run on the main. He'll never be a main event player. Probably never even get like a mid card title. But you never know. He could very well be a decent tag team player. You never know. But
yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool. Like out of all the people that are in NXT that have come out of NXT, Scott Dawson's like given Wesley Blake all this, praise for a guy that's been there since probably 2012.
Yeah, I forgot that he was actually still in NXT. I don't get to watch NXT very much.
Yeah.
The Forgotten Sons, I think, is the tag team that they're in, that he's in.
Yep.
It's kind of a cool. I don't know what they're going for, but I don't know the story of that tag team. But
the only thing I know of, the reason why they put them all together, and you can see it on like their ring gear, on their trunks, that they all served in the military in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
So that's why they're all together.
All right.
But at the end of the day, they're in. Yeah, at the end of the day, they're like end goal. Their actual characters. Don't know what their characters are yet.
Who was the ginormous dude that came out to help him? Good lord.
I don't know if you remember the name.
Beast.
I don't know if you remember the name Gunner from TNA.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that was him.
He was in TNA. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Gunner, which surprises me because he was like heavily like I never really actually saw him work, so apparently he was green as grass because when WWE signed him in like it was either like early 2017 or late 2016, so he's been down there for a while. They're just now utilizing him, so if I had to guess, they wanted him to work and rejuvenate his style, work live events before they put him on TV. Because TNA at that time, was a sinking ship, and they'd put anybody on TV.
Yeah. Kyle O'Reilly took a freaking beating in that match. He took several bumps on top of a ladder that were just nasty. They showed a close up of his back, and he was busted open, like he had a cut from where he landed. Man, he was like landing on corners of ladders and stuff. Like, God, man.
Yeah, he's
to
nuts.
Wreck his back.
He's seriously nuts.
His facial expression when Jackson Riker came out, he was like looking through the ladder, because he was getting ready to climb up. His facial expression was awesome. It's like oh shit, no.
I think he's got the best facial expressions in the business. I truly do.
Yeah.
Other than like Jericho, but he knows definitely how to make those faces that draw your attention.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, congratulations to the Street Profits. I thought that was awesome that they won. Homegrown products, and the homegrown products that I've actually gotten over like organically with the crowd. So that's really cool.
It seems like the crowd was really into them. So
yeah, and it was weird.
I know them. The only thing I know about them is like the cup entrance.
Oh yeah,
like people raise cups up. That's the only real thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's basically like a party. It's basically it. The one thing about Angelo Dawkins, though, like, he's been there for a while, too.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching TakeOver Our Evolution the other day from the end of 2014 when Sami Zayn won the title.
Yeah.
And the whole quote-unquote NXT locker room came out to celebrate, and Angelo Dawkins was one of them.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, shit, that's crazy that he's been there that long. You'd see other guys. I saw like Dash Wilder, Scott Dawson, Elias with short hair. He looked like a fucking moron.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Chad Gable with his fucking mustache. All that stuff. But the one person that really stuck out to me was Angelo Dawkins. I was like, holy cow.
It's crazy to go back and watch
nuts.
those old NXT shows because you'll see a lot of guys that are up on the main roster now too.
Yeah. Yep. And they look completely different. Like I said, Elias just looked like a dipshit, and now he looks like a main event player. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, that ladder match is phenomenal. If it hadn't been for the main event, I'll give you that kind of spoiler. If it hadn't been for the main event, that's the match of the night, 100%.
What's that?
The opening match between Matt Riddle and Roderick Strong.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was Matt Riddle, dude, that guy is so good at what he does.
Oh yeah.
He's literally like Kurt Angle. Like I see it now because he's been talked about. Like he takes to it like a fish out.
Yep. Right away. Well, it even says in his his logo or whatever. Original Bro established 2015, and I even looked it up. That's like when he started his professional wrestling career.
Started wrestling, yeah, that's crazy.
2015.
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years, and that's just in the WWE. He was putting on these barn burners apparently in like PWG and all that shit as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that match with Strong was awesome. If I had to guess, that's probably what they're going to lean towards for the SummerSlam weekend takeover, Matt Riddle versus Adam Cole, which, that could be something special.
For the title?
I would think so, man.
You think they're going to give Riddle a title shot?
I think so. I don't think he'll win it right away, but he'll win it eventually. Yeah. I just want to see the entire Undisputed Era with titles. I really do.
That's why I was surprised not to see them win the tag title match.
Yeah.
But.
And then have Roderick Strong in some kind of screwy fashion win the North American title from Velveteen.
Yeah.
And then like the same night, maybe the takeover during SummerSlam, or even like the takeover during Survivor Series at War Games, have all of them drop it in the same night, But you never know. We could end up seeing the entire Undisputed Era titles, but yeah, I mean that's probably about it in terms of wrestling. The only other thing that I can think of was, did you see the most recent edition of the Firefly Funhouse?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God.
He's getting awesome. Swole.
Husky the Pig.
What was Husky the Pig? Yeah, obviously.
His former character Husky Harris and all that, because he was really out of shape then, and they portrayed it.
He wasn't necessarily out of shape. He was large. He's rotund. Rotunda.
And then they had the Vince McMahon puppet as the devil.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was amazing.
Just peeking his head in.
Oh my God. Oh, and then man, Super Showdown just happened too. The Saudi Arabia show.
Ugh, God.
Hey, not good. Not surprised it wasn't good, but not good. Apparently there was a thought process that they were going to have women wrestle as well, and then the government said no. After they had already flown Alexa Bliss and Natalya to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I was going to say, they were already there, so they went there for no reason, basically.
Yep.
Hopefully they got paid.
Oh, dude, they 100% got paid. They might have gotten paid more than talent that won. Or that talent that were on the show.
I just got done watching the Xbox E3 briefing.
Okay.
And to lead into this, it has to do with wrestling. Xavier Woods, AJ Styles, and Tyler Breeze were there. They were playing. Really? They were going. They're going to play. Like Gears 5 is coming out, and people who are in attendance could play against them. They had this, like, if you've ever played Gears of War, it's just this, crazy alien horror game. And they set, like, underneath the stage, it looked like a Gears of War game. And they had, like, PCs and TVs sitting down there. And Xavier Woods, AJ Styles, and Tyler Breeze were sitting next to each other. And the guy said, yeah, you can take these guys on and try the multiplayer. So they were hanging out at E3. And Xavier Woods has a video game channel that those guys are always on.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, I mean,
it was cool.
It's
I was like, holy shit. Now, so. It's like the camera panned down. I was like, that's like Xavier Woods. Oh my God, it's AJ Styles. And there's Tyler Breeze. It was kind of cool seeing them.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you caught any of that show. When I got home Friday, we obviously leave our TV on for our dog throughout the day. So when I opened it, it was in the Battle Royal that they had, the 50-man or whatever, and that dude that actually is from Saudi Arabia won it, which everybody and their moms
I saw
that. Which was cool. The crowd erupted, and that moment too, I just started thinking, I was like, man, it's cool for the people of Saudi Arabia, because obviously they're not supporting what their government does either. you know, like kids, like 8-year-old kids. They don't know what the heck's going on. So it's like, it's cool that they get to go there for them, but how crooked that government is and how crooked their lifestyle is, it's like, God, it just sucks that the WWE goes there. But man, when that dude won, Mansoor or whatever his name is, that place went fucking ballistic. So
yeah,
I mean, it was a cool moment.
I saw videos of it.
They knew what they were doing. But the only other thing I have of note, and it sucks because Kofi versus Dolph could have been a hell of a match. Finn versus Andrade could have been a hell of a match, but time constraints, they really weren't. The main event, man, The Undertaker versus Goldberg.
Yeah. Good Lord.
You know, just as a fan, it's like, what the fuck, man? You know, like, come on. But just I watched that match because I was like, you know, I just want to giggle. So like, opened a beer, sat there, watched it, whatever. I just honestly felt sad the entire time. Like, I barely laughed, none of it. But just seeing them do what they were doing, I legitimately just felt sad and bad for them.
Well, apparently Goldberg knocked himself out.
Yeah.
Which even started, so.
I think it was like, yeah, he hit himself on the door, of course. He thinks he can still do that because he thinks he's still like 30, and he's not. But then he also took a spot during the match where he like drilled his head on the turnbuckle, and he knocked himself a little loopy from that. And then later on in the match, Taker delivered a tombstone to him, and he legitimately hit his head on the freaking mat. So he hit his head a lot. And I had read reports, I haven't seen video, apparently there's a video out there from a fan, but apparently he did collapse, like walking back up the ramp while Taker was celebrating and shit. So it's like, I get it. It's money, you know. The Saudi Arabian government's saying, hey, we want these guys, and you try to put on a show for them, but at the end of the day, you know, you got to think as Vince, what happens when, and God forbid this happen. Hopefully none of this ever happens, but what happens when they collapse in the ring? You know, these old guys that are over 50, probably at one point in their lives didn't take that great care of their bodies, and now pushing it to the limit. What happens when one of them, you know, collapses in the ring? Like I said, hopefully it doesn't happen. They're in amazing shape. It probably won't, but it's just hearing stuff like that and then seeing that match and just feeling so sorry for both of them because they can't do what they want to do. Just seeing Undertaker afterwards, he was pissed, like visibly pissed off.
Oh yeah.
And upset and all that shit. It's like, can we just not put these guys through this shit anymore?
Well, they're doing it too. Like, they could say no, but
money
talks, dude.
Yeah, would you turn down 7 figures for one match? Yeah, and I agree. They could easily just say nope, but I wouldn't say no. Screw that. But yeah, it was just really, really sad to watch.
Well,
one word to say.
50-year-olds get in the ring that are like way past their prime.
Yep, just one word to describe it. It's legitimately just sad. But yeah, man. Outside of the wrestling world, our Cubbies won 2 straight against the Cardinals. Now
they've won 5 of 6.
Yeah, won 5 of 6 now after dropping, what was it, 9 of 10. So they might be getting back on the winning ways. Solid series against the Rockies, and now looking for the sweep tonight against the Cardinals last night, Saturday the 8th. Got off to a little bit of a rocky start. John Lester gave up 4 in the first innings, but then the Cubs didn't look back from there. Ended up beating the shit out of the Cards.
It's crazy how he just makes adjustments mid-game. He does it constantly. I mean, we've seen him do it the past 4 years. You know, he comes in, he might have a bad inning, but then the next inning he's back out there and striking out the side or getting ground ball after ground ball.
Yep.
It's just, he's one of the best ever. You know, he will go down as one of the best free agent signings in history for that team. So
100%. 100%. And he it was weird that, and I heard Joe Buck saying it last night during commentary, and he was like, if you think back to the first inning and know what happened, John Lester did not pitch a good game. But if you look at his statistics, John Lester pitched an alright game. If you take away that first inning, he gave up 1 hit through 5 innings pitched. Like,
yeah, he went almost. Did he go 6? He went 6 innings.
He went 6 full innings, yeah.
Almost 40 pitches in the first inning. You would not think he would go 6 innings, but yeah, he adjusted very well.
Yep. And 4 earned runs through 6 innings. That's not a quality start, but if you take away that first inning, as I said, he had 1 hit through 5 innings after that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the Cubs took advantage. Victor Caratini, what was he? 0 for 45, and obviously his previous 45 at bats as a pinch hitter, and he hit a 3-run double to take the lead.
Bases clearing double, yeah.
Schwarber had an awesome game, hit a home run and a double.
Yep. He hit a home run after 11 pitches.
Yeah, which was the 4th time in the MLB this season. I saw this on the Cubs Twitter earlier. The 4th time in the MLB this season that's happened. He's had 2 of them.
He's done it twice. Yeah.
And man, as I've talked to people about Schwarber this year, I think this is, other than 2015, his best year so far, and he's still hitting like in the 220s.
Oh yeah.
He's streaky, man. Like, he'll have a game, and it's game by game. He'll have a game where he goes 4 for 5, or like last night, he'll have a double and a home run. Then the next game he goes 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Like,
yeah.
I wish he wasn't that streaky of a player, but this year he's been clutch like he was in 2015. So hopefully we get that Schwarber in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Got to get to playoffs first, but I have full confidence that they will. The Carlos Gonzalez signing hasn't been too bad so far.
We'll see how that goes.
It's been a small sample frame.
Yeah, he's. I think just leadership. That's what they wanted. A leadership role in the outfield. Someone 100%. Who can play when Almora needs a rest, and I don't know.
When any of them need a rest, and he's reliable anywhere, and he's reliable at the plate.
Kimbrel officially became a Cub yesterday.
Yeah, that was going to be Friday. My coup de grace here. Craig Kimbrel, man, 3 years, $45 million.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey.
They paid him a lot, but it could have been worse. They could have.
He's not getting paid as much as Wade Davis.
Yeah.
Wade Davis is making like $18 million, and he's hurt.
We'll see. And apparently he's a lot closer, like, not necessarily to getting out there, but he's, according to the Cubs pitching coach on Twitter, he's a lot further along than they thought he'd be. And did you watch the press conference when he was introduced?
I watched a little bit of it, yeah.
He was just saying that he's been working. He hasn't just been sitting around.
Oh no, yeah, he wasn't just going to sit. Yeah.
No, he's been ramping up, and doing bullpen games and like acting like simulated games. He's been doing all of that, himself. But he's still gonna have to do bullpen sessions, and then he's gonna have to go to the minor leagues and throw a couple games, and he'll be back in at least a month. Yep. He'll be there, by July. So.
And now's the time where I am going to start biting my tongue on the Daniel Descalso.
Oh boy.
Situation.
Yeah.
He's not been good.
No, he has not been.
And dude, his month of April was outstanding, and even a little bit of May was very, very good. But his June the rest of May and June has just been awful.
Awful.
And I think he might be one of those guys that's on thin ice, man. You've got a guy like Happ in the minors that could easily come in and take a spot. Zobrist, you never know, could come back. It's not looking likely, but if that was able to happen, Descalso's gone. No matter what. At first, I was like, man, I told you guys so. Like, he's been awesome, and then just shit the bed.
Yeah.
But things are looking good, especially if they can sweep the fucking Cardinals, man. It's always great to sweep the Cardinals.
That's all I care about. They've already won the series against them, but it's crazy also to think that the series that they've played against each other, the home team has won every single game.
Right.
The Chicago Cubs swept them earlier in the season, and then they went to St. Louis and got swept. Yeah. And now the Cubs have won both these games, so hopefully they can finish off a sweep tonight.
Yep.
But yeah. That's a crazy stat that the home team has won every single game in the series.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that Schwarber stat earlier on though, that's one of those stats that's like really awesome. Like there's only been 4 home runs this year on 11 pitches or more by anybody, and Schwarber's got 2. Like that's one of those stats where who thinks of that shit? But it's really awesome.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. The Toronto Raptors are a game away from potentially winning a title. Good for them. Kaleb just ignored that, so as he should.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
I wasn't ignoring you.
Oh no, it's fine. I understand you.
Did I take my headset off?
I said the Toronto Raptors game away from potentially winning a title, but I mean.
Oh yeah, they are. Who cares?
I mean, it's cool.
That's pretty awesome.
As I've been talking to people, it's pretty sweet that it's different, and it's a team that, gosh, we've never really seen succeed in any form. Like, we saw the Vince Carter years, in which case they were good but never great. Chris Bosh years, same thing. Good but never great. And now they're great, and they could be one of the best dynasties we've ever seen in all of sports.
Apparently the Warriors just look deflated the past couple games, which is weird to see. I mean, I think they are injured. Isn't Durant out?
Up, and I'm not giving them any excuses, but with the team they've got, they shouldn't have any excuses, but they're banged up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be really sweet to see the Raptors win. That's definitely something out of the box that we haven't necessarily seen.
Yeah, and they've been like manhandling Golden State. Apparently, they're up 3-1, but we've all seen how 3-1 leads go. So.
Yep. We as Cubs fans loved when that happened at one point.
Yeah. I mean, Golden State's had it happen to them, haven't they?
Yeah, they had it happen to them, so it'd be like poetic justice if they're able to do it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, but anything else?
Is that you say that's tonight?
No, tomorrow is the next game.
That's tomorrow night. Okay.
Yeah, 2 days for travel. I don't think anything else has really been going on, man. I think anything off the top of your head?
Your laptop's broke. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah, my laptop is the old piece of garbage. Finally ran its course. Looks like time just finally ran out for the old cocksucker. But yeah, that's why we have to do this. I get paid this week, so probably end up going.
Well, don't worry about it. I mean, we can figure it out.
I need one. So it'd be nice to have a computer. But yeah, man. I mean, oh, did you see Seth Rollins' ring gear at the Saudi Arabia show though?
Did I see what?
Seth Rollins' ring gear from the Saudi Arabia show. He wore the in-game time suits.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was inspired. Yeah, inspired by that. So it was really cool.
Yeah.
He does a lot of that. He does a lot of that shit too, like what Gargano does. He does a lot of the.
Yeah.
I guess the Easter egg, quote unquote. Ring gear.
He always has cool ring gear as it is though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's all it says. Especially at Mania, he always busts out the best. Like the one year he had the white. That was really cool. The white and black, no, it was like white and gold.
Yeah, that was SummerSlam. Yeah.
Oh, SummerSlam. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was like 2015.
Yeah.
And then
that one I remember fondly.
Yeah, last year at WrestleMania he did the winners or the whatever it is from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Then this year he did his just like a throwback to his like original self, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Like his original Seth Rollins character that he portrayed in 2015. He went back to it this year. But yeah, he just did the Avengers Endgame thing. look, and it was really badass. That was one of my favorite ones he's ever done. Like, he did Thanos, I think, at SummerSlam last year. So he's done a lot of those portrayals as well.
Yeah.
Here, Nolan, having fun back there?
Yeah. He's not listening.
That's alright.
You know, being a 5-year-old.
Yep. Let him be a 5-year-old until he can't be anymore.
He's having a destruction derby on my couch right now.
Oh, as he should.
Right next to me. As he should. As you do. As you do on a Sunday night.
But yeah, man, I think that's probably going to do it for us, unless you can think of something else that we can discuss real quick.
Nah, man. I mean,
don't think
most of
anything's really
it,
been happening.
we're going to have to get input from Landon and, you know, another guest when we can.
Yep.
But we can get back up and running formally on our, you know, main podcast. This will have to do for now. I mean, as long as we get something out.
Yep, and again, we apologize. I will throw a teaser out, though. Potentially another live podcast tonight on this channel. If not, it'll be over at Market Zero, our buddy Dan Himes' show. Dan and I have some plans to get together, maybe do a show tonight. So we might do one for each channel. So keep your eyes out. We will advertise this on all our social media things to where everybody can go out and take a listen to this one. Again, maybe not the best choice, but darn it, we're going to get something out. So, Kaleb, any parting words, man?
Yeah. No, I'm, if I sound like I'm not interested or whatever, I'm tired. I mean, I'm old. It's 7 o'clock.
You suck.
Why? I've been sitting. Yeah, I know. I've been sitting around. It's been a lazy Sunday, so. But I am excited that we were able to get this. He tried last week and couldn't hear me, but we got that issue figured out, so.
Yeah. Yeah, now, again, that was on my end. I guess I could have done a little bit more of a preparation before that, and actually did a test run.
Dude, we literally tried to throw it together at the last second. That's what happened, so.
Well, but also, like, we could have at least done a test run, and we didn't do that.
Well, yeah.
So.
Oh, well.
We're still, you know, even though we busted out, gosh, what is it now? Definitely over 10 podcasts. We're still learning. We're still figuring things out. Even the best people still are trying to work out their kinks and get better.
Yeah.
But don't forget, you
all
know, you can
three
go back...
of you that care.
Yes.
All three of you loyal listeners. Dan.
5. Kaleb.
All 3 of us included.
Dan, he called Cameron the man of many trades.
He is.
The other day because
he
loved Cameron's weather show. So we'll have to have Cameron back for a weather update sometime. It was awesome.
We need to have him just like record it so we can put it in a podcast.
It was awesome.
This week's forecast.
Yeah, I know.
Today. High of 80.
It was the man of many hats. We lost Kaleb. So in that case, everybody, thank you for tuning in, Dudes and Brews. I just finished up my game here. 1-0 victory over the Giants in 9 innings. Got the save with Brandon Morrow. So thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. I'll have to text Kaleb and let him know. So appreciate everybody, and we'll talk to you next time. So long.